Hello everyone, my name is Apple Guy, and welcome back to another episode of my blind playthrough of the first tree. I'm starting here on the title screen because I think when I join, the woman is going to start talking right away, so I just wanted to get the intro out of the way before we hop into doing that. Hopefully it's going to be a nice, friendly adventure. I suspect she'll speak any second now. I really do anticipate it's going to happen. Right? Let's have to run.
Joseph, you can't go to sleep feeling like this. I'm sorry for everything, and I know you need space, but I'm here for you. You don't need to feel so lost. Joseph, have I ever told you what my mother was like?
Oh, we're gonna get to hear from her now. Wait, that's kind of awesome. We haven't ever heard from her before. Maybe she'll redeem herself. For those of you guys who are new to this series, there's a playlist linked in the description. I like the woman, but a little less than I first liked her. Finally getting to hear about a mom. That's about time that happened.
You know what it's like not to have a mom at home.
I knew it. I knew it.
And you know how hard that made my childhood. What helped me was watching the birds in the morning before the school bus came. I thought that my mother was one of those birds, and it made me want to be free like her. My mom taught me how to fold origami cranes while she was in the hospital. So I told myself I would fold one every day until I could fly myself.
I had theorized that there was no mom in the picture, and I think she just confirmed it. She said, you know, what it's like growing up without a mom. So definitely was spot on for that. We're going to continue to follow the deer and get more of these little memory bits.
We both have always loved animals, and for me that love started with a dog. Sometimes this Rottweiler would come up to our property line and wait at the fence for me, but only once in a while. I was sure to check every day immediately after school, and it usually ended in disappointment. I would even steal money from my passed-out dad just so I could buy these off-brand dog biscuits. Even when she did stop by, she never went beyond the fence. Why was she so scared?
I'm just going to continue to let the story tell itself, really.
My dad was the opposite of your dad in almost every way, except he was in the military as well. He coped with alcohol of every kind. The trailer started falling apart, he got angry, and I withdrew. More and more I became the weird, quiet kid who made lots of origami birds and carried dog biscuits around. I think we were pretty similar when it came to being the weird kids. And that same sincerity in college was one of the reasons I was so drawn to you.
That's nice. I guess having like a mutual ground like that. See, okay. So in the earlier episodes, there was one point where she was, he was explaining how, Joseph apparently is his name, and her name is apparently Rachel. He was explaining how he didn't like how he was as a child. He didn't appreciate how he treated people and whatnot. And she said, oh, but that led us to meet each other. And I thought that was super weird for her to interject in his story like that, but it's definitely also a shared experience that she had. So it makes it a little bit better. I definitely feel like I hated on her a little too much.
Life got worse and worse. And at one point, I really didn't think I could survive another day with my soul still intact. I had no real friends, let alone neighbors, since we lived in the middle of nowhere. I should have talked to my teacher, but I was scared what he would do if he found out. As I waited for the school bus one morning, I walked around until I found something in an abandoned shed. Something I can't put into words.
Well, please put it into words. I am on the edge of my seat. This is big revelations. Big revelations. Honestly, hearing the Rachel's story makes Joseph's make a lot more sense. What did you find? Please say something.
I summoned courage I didn't know I had, and I broke into my dad's room and found the key to the shed where he had locked my bike.
Oh, it was a bicycle.
I'll never forget that feeling. The wind rushing by my ears as the sun rose over fields of wheat. I was flying for the first time. I biked as far as my legs could take me until I found a house that felt friendly, and that felt like home. Those strangers helped me in so many ways. And if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't have found my foster family. And if it wasn't for my parents, I wouldn't have met you.
So that's actually something kind of interesting. I'm kind of a bit of a history person. And I know the invention of the bicycle actually had that exact same effect for women. Being able to leave their houses on a bicycle and go places farther than just walking was super, super freeing in the, I want to say the early 1900s, but that seems really, really late for the bicycle. Maybe early 1800s. I don't know, but you get the idea. I guess I'm not that much of a history guy, but you get the idea. Do we continue to follow the deer here? I guess we do.
You have strength, Joseph, and you're not as alone as you think.
That was a sick transition.
It's all just so pointless. Just waiting for life to happen. It's like having the home I always wanted is cursed out of my reach. The thought of being a parent myself. How could I do that when I couldn't even be a good son? I'm sorry. I know what you're saying. I just don't know how things will work out. These quiet hours will turn into years. We'll wonder which roads passed us by.
Then we'll forge a new road together. Besides, I discovered for myself that one fateful morning where any hopeful road leads to. There may be thorns in this, but it always leads to the same thing.
And what's that?
Family.
I'm so glad.
Whoa!
You're part of my family, Rachel.
And I'm glad you're part of mine.
These are the first living animals we've seen since, well, there was the rabbits, and then we had that bigger wolf, and then the deer that we were following. I think that it sounds like Joseph is going through a midlife crisis, which is kind of a joke in modern media, but I mean, a crisis is a crisis, you know. Hey, what's up, deers? Notice we are a fox among some deers. I wonder if there's anything over here. Obviously, we're supposed to go up that trail over there, but I'm very curious if there's anything going on over here. Besides just all these bucks and does and deerlings chilling. Making buck, doe, and deerling noises. Nope, looks like there was nothing. But we just got to experience a little bit more of the environment. That was a really, really powerful segment, having Rachel speak a little bit, because it did kind of define some more things for Joseph's story. Now, I don't know if we will hear more from Joseph in depth. I don't know if this is the last chapter or not. And as I stated earlier, apparently the final chapter is the one that's supposed to reveal, like, all the info. And I'm just not sure if we're there yet. So we're going to have to wait and see if there's more to discover. But I think we're definitely getting some more information. And just having Rachel get the opportunity to talk a little bit is super, super insightful. Oh, good, there's more glowy things. I like collecting glowy things. I also like the environments of this video game. That little cosmic section with all the stars and like the reflective floor, that was a really cool looking one. I really, really enjoyed the aesthetic of that. Tenfold. Alright, let's go ahead and pick up all of these. And then continue to round the corner. Ah, if you guys remember, when we first entered this, that last section, we descended down a cliff. And that looks like we are going up a cliff. Which is, symbolic. It is the rise after the fall. You know, they always say, fall down twice, get up 3 times or something, you know. That's sort of the same thing here. As far as us rising from the depths of whatever that was. It was a very insightful experience, I think. And there's definitely symbolism here. I'm not one who likes to push symbolism places where I don't think it exists. But, this has symbolism. There's no doubt in my mind on that. We just have to continue to view it. So, looks like some difficult parkour coming up here. Gonna have to use my fox double jump ability. This actually reminds me of a scene from The Legend of Zelda Twilight Princess. There's a part in one of the Twilight Zones where you have to do jumps that look a lot like this. Obviously, they're not as, like freeform. The jumping in that game is very, solidified. But hey, we made it. We have 93. I'm wondering if my estimation of 100 is right, because we are very quickly approaching the marker there. 100. We got 94. Oh, we're fading. Transition with a loading screen. There always is a loading screen. Actually, I wonder if this is the last chapter. Hey, sorry for that cut there. I kept missing this jump, so I had to start over.
Fox knew her last cub would be waiting for her at the first tree. She was almost there. The rain cascaded onto the jade valley where the entrance to the tree was. Life was protected there, because that's where life began. It was now only a mother and a daughter left. Items from my life still dotted the ground as she moved closer to her destination and destiny.
There goes my theory about there being 100 collectibles. I just got collectible number 101. So, I don't know. Also, this might be the last area of the video game. He said as like we're approaching the first tree, which would imply that, you know, because the first tree is the name of the game, so it would imply that like there's the end of the game is the first tree, like we're working backwards. I'm liking how easy these are to collect though. I don't really got to go out of my way. Very linear. Alrighty. I don't know if that fits in the estimate that I was going off of like 2 hours. I think we're more approaching the 1.5 hour mark, 1.5 hour, which I guess could be there. Maybe I didn't explore enough as I originally thought I would. Now I'm not going to dawdle at all, but I do kind of want to peek around and get things like this dialogue spot. I guess if this is the last chapter, then we're going to get a lot of resolutions.
At the end of high school, I felt something I hadn't felt in a long time. Drive. I looked into the best architecture schools on the West Coast, then got a dose of reality when looking at other students' portfolios and the high cost of tuition. I still wanted to be something, to be the next Alvaro Siza, and to make those thousands of sketches worth something in my grand history. But now even an internship sounds impossible. Siza helped me understand how essential emotion is in architecture, and he also said light is the real composer of space. I like to think these glints of light, like not finding a job or even a strange dream about a fox, are something I should be thankful for, even if the illuminated space is something I'm less than comfortable with.
Okay, so boom, right there. He's unemployed. And he's still in Alaska, actually. That's something that I totally didn't put together until right now. But earlier he said, oh, he had this dream of you know, going and getting a house and stuff. And then Rachel had joked, oh, well, here we are in a apartment in Anchorage, which is in Alaska. So they're still in Alaska. I wonder if he never got his degree then. Maybe that's like a bit of guilt. Part of the crisis that he would be experiencing, no doubt. Just the insecurity of not having a job. Although, I don't know for certain. I do know that... oh, perfect. There's another spot up here. It's a good thing we explored. Let's listen to this, and then I'll express my theory if it's still relevant. If not, then we can just move on. Or maybe I'll change it, based on the evidence we're going to get in this digging spot.
My dad was super supportive with my college plans. To a point. Things were okay until this terrible accident happened. I guess a forklift flipped over due to a bad axle, and it crushed one of the workers there. My dad didn't eat for days, even though he wasn't directly involved. It devastated him. Not only did it hurt the business, but it just freaked him out. He would talk in his sleep, muttering things about firing people and saying sorry. One fateful day he approached me, said that since my school search wasn't going well, I should finally be a man and take over the family business. He said one day he was going to die, and that all of his work, sacrifice, and even that man's life would be wasted in vain. I just lost it. Teenage me just exploded at the thought. I screwed up. I said things I shouldn't have. He was having a crisis, and I pretty much spit in his face.
There's also that word crisis that I've been saying a lot. However, you know, I think Joseph said it well. Is his name Joseph? Did I just make that up? I don't remember what this guy's name is. Anyway, though, I think he definitely saw where he went wrong. Because I was literally gonna say the same thing. Was, you know, what his dad had tried to like force on him, the take over the family business. That's not cool. You can't really do that. But as the narrator himself acknowledged, bit of a low moment. Needed the probably wasn't serious about it. Just needed to kind of get some things out there just to talk, and that's definitely not what you want to hear. And now, of course, at this point, he's an adult. He would be graduating high school, looking for a college, so he's definitely versed in conflict resolution. Maybe not perfectly, but he should have known not to blow up. And honestly, that could definitely be a moment, someone needing support, not being able to provide it. Could totally be, hey, there's an ambulance here. I sure hope that's not a sign of things to come. How do I get up on this upper ridge? I guess over here. Yeah, there's another glowy spot and more glowy things. There was a house over on the other side that I saw, but I'm sure we're gonna get to that set piece later. It's kind of what this game is. It's a lot of wilderness with a random applicable set pieces just kind of strewn around, and you just kind of acknowledge them as you walk by, try and see where they're relevant to the story. Like, what is that? That's a golf cart? We heard about a golf cart yet? I don't think I've heard about a golf cart. Is this a cliff to jump off of? Did I skip part of the whole deal? No chance to the cliff to... Oh, nope. Perfect. Invisible wall. Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's a forklift. That is significant. I thought it was a golf cart. I was like, what does a golf cart have to do with anything? Like joyriding? Is there some... Oh, there's probably a factory over there. Yeah, that's a factory. That's not a house. That's, not a house. That'd be a very large house. But as we stated earlier, apartment in Anchorage. Not a house with that big of a chimney coming off it. A literal smokestack. Okay, I'm going to grab this and then explore a little bit before I head over.
Was that the last time you talked to him?
No, I called on holidays, and he would call on my birthday. I guess we acted like nothing ever happened, which was stupid. Didn't want to ask about his lumberyard, and I'm sure he didn't want to ask about my job search. I never went back and visited. I think the last conversation we had was about what movies we had seen and what exactly a best boy is in the credits. I thought he would be here so much longer.
Okay, well, that explains the disconnect. Oh, I knew I missed something. There's these dudes over here. Yeah, that explains the disconnect. I can't really say too much on that topic because I've never had, and hopefully never will have, someone get hit by a forklift and then also, all the rest of that stuff happening. I don't really know how you recover from that. But it seems like it'd be difficult. Yeah. Alright. Let's, claim this. Oh, that's a big tree. I wonder if that's tree number 1. Also, something I forgot to mention. I had to restart this chapter like 3 times. I did mention that. But at the beginning, the narrator said that there's the fox and the daughter left. And obviously, there's no daughter in the current equation. But maybe that's symbolic. Because, I don't know. We'll see. Ah, shoot. I can't move. Oh, the fox lowers its head.
In the distance, the first tree illuminated the wasteland. She couldn't go home anymore. She did the only thing she was capable of. Moving forward.
Oh, jeez.
My dad died alone in the middle of the wilderness. I should have been talking to him more. I should have done a lot of things differently.
Goodness gracious.
If the first tree on Earth brought life with it, if it taught the birds to sing and fly and showed saplings how to grow, what could it do for us?
Thought that was a meteor. No lie, I thought it was a meteor. Alright. I'm gonna continue this walk if it's the slowest cycle I've ever seen in my gaming existence. It's okay, it's a can we look back? Is there I wonder if there's anything behind us. Oh, there's things behind us, okay. Oh, you can still see the factory behind us. Look at the sad fox.
There was a letter I received yesterday from a name I didn't recognize, with a quote I can't stop thinking about. Death is not the opposite of life, but a part of it. More and more, I'm realizing one important truth. Each of us have our own journey to the first tree. But sometimes I'm not sure I'm ready to take that first step.
You already have my love.
Okay, sorry. there was no comma there. I'm pretty sure she's saying you already have, and then addressing him by a term of endearment, that term being my love. But if she's doing like a check, well, you already have my love, so what else do you need? I don't think that's what she's doing, but if she was, that's a bit of a step in the wrong direction there, lady. I think the inflection kind of gave that away, but I still thought it was funny to mention. What song does this sound like? I think it sounds like the Polar Express. No, it doesn't. There's parts of it that sound like the Polar Express. Just like the part that comes in like do. I don't know. If you know the song, you'll know it. Probably. Okay, do I have to climb this whole dang tree? It's gonna get pretty skinny. And I'm kind of worried I'll fall. Although maybe that's the significance of it. No, I definitely can't climb up. It's too steep. Oh, no, I stop here. Okay. There it is. The first tree awakens and gently asks if there is one last message the fox wants to tell her children. She replies back and says, "Oh, we have 116 characters for 116 objectives. That's so cool. Can I? Okay, good. I could totally do a cop-out here. There's nothing stopping me from being like, subscribe to Apple Guy on YouTube. Besides the fact that I have morals. The first tree awakens gently asks if there's one last message the fox wants to tell her children. I'll see you all again soon. My offspring. Subscribe to Apple Guy on YouTube. I have more characters. Now I need to fill the rest of the of my letter. Nope. The leftover spots. There we go. And then the fox is gonna disappear? Oh, that's my controller rumbling. I don't know if you heard that. Sorry if you did. I sat on the table to type. The fox is gone.
The journey was over. But I have no idea. It was only a dream. A distraction from tomorrow.
I don't think dreams normally bring back to memory so many important feelings. Maybe it was just a dream, but it was also a gift.
Yeah, I suppose. But tomorrow we're getting on a plane to the last place on Earth I want to be.
Where are you going?
The person that would have made the trip worth it is gone.
You're going to see him and be with him one last time before you say goodbye. I have one last quote for you by Emerson, sealed in an imaginary letter from me to you. It is the secret of the world that all things subsist and do not die, but only retire a little from sight and afterward return again. Go to sleep, my love. We have a big day tomorrow, but I'll be there with you every step of the way.
I assume he's going to a funeral
Thank
then.
you. Thanks for listening. Good night, Rachel.
Good night, Joseph.
I thought it was Joseph. Okay. Whew. I guess they're going to his funeral then. Or something. I don't know. Going to the last place I would ever want to. The person who's going to be there doesn't make... I guess, yeah, he's returning home. That makes sense. You go home for funerals. Another loading screen? That's not expected. Unless it loads me to a credits sequence. 6 months later. Whoa. I was not expecting that. Whoa. There's a sequence where we're playing as a real guy? No way. Oh, whoa. Okay, that's crazy. There's Rachel. I did not expect that. I thought that was going to be the finale episode. Shoot, okay, I guess I'm going to end off this episode here then, and we'll pick up the rest of the game, maybe, in the next episode. I want to thank you all so much for watching. If you have enjoyed, please hit like and subscribe, and tell your friends about the series if you think they would enjoy it. It means a lot to me. You guys spread videos around. I'll catch you guys all back here next time for the next episode of my blind playthrough of The First Tree. Until then, as always, take care.